and welcome to your favorite news show. It's a brand new week and my name is Leandria Low. Now today we join you from the Walvis Bay municipality with the latest news, weather and tides. And then for our interview segment, Inspector Ileni Shapumba, who is the unit commander for community affairs of the Erongo Police, tells us about the awareness campaigns that the Erongo Police are spearheading. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. And now it's time for your news. Now, a number of awareness campaigns, of which the firearms amnesty is regarded as the most important, are being conducted by the Erongo Police. Now, the Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, that is Albert Kawana, launched the amnesty month, that is on the 1st of September at the Israel Patrick Iyambo Police College in Windhoek. Now, the firearm amnesty campaign is held under the project Silencing the Guns in Africa by 2020 and encourages Namibians to surrender all illegal firearms, ammunitions and all unwanted licensed firearms to the Namibian police. Now, this amnesty is ongoing for about a month, but Inspector Ileni Shapumba, who is our interview for today, is going to talk a bit more about this campaign, so you don't want to miss that one. Then secondly, the Ilulo Permaculture Initiative and Tourism Supporting Conservation TOSCO organization donated 177 fruit and non-fruit trees to beneficiaries of the Urban Agriculture Initiative in Swakopmund. Now, Donovan Wagner of EP expressed the hope that this support will get the youth involved. Now, according to Swakopmund Mayor Louisa Kativa, this initiative could aid in repairing the damage brought on by COVID-19. And then finally, for some sport news, the Mabaruli Solitaire Mountain Bike Challenge promises to be bigger and better this year after last year's race hosted by Mabaruli cycling events attracted 80 riders. Now, according to the race organizer, that is Sven Stormeiger, about 70 riders have already signed up for the grueling one-day 241-kilometer mountain bike gravel road challenge slated for the 25th and the 26th of September. Now, the journey starts at Arabush Lodge, that is in the capital, and heads down via the well-known Koepferberg Pass to the border on the C26, turning left towards the Remhoogte Pass before finishing at the famous settlement of Solitaire. Now, you still have time to register for this awesome race because registration or entries close on the 10th of September. But you can head on over to our website, that's www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na to read more on where you can enter for this race and read on what's happening in the rest of our region. Please stay tuned. With me here is Inspector Ileni Shapumba, the Unit Commander for Community Affairs, Erongo Police. Now, Inspector, there is a number of campaigns running, spearheaded by the police. Please tell us a bit more.
Yes, good morning and thank you for being here again.
Always, sir.
Yes. We have 4 important awareness campaigns that the police are spearheading in the region. These are to create or are aimed at creating awareness among our communities, our public members, our clients, and our citizens, for which we exist to serve, in order to, increase safety in our localities and in our communities, and achieve better prevention of crime in our communities in the Erongo region. So the campaigns that I'm talking about, one, the most important one and serious one, is the firearm amnesty that is going to run is from the 1st of September until the end of September. And then we have another campaign that is aimed at combating gender-based violence in our localities, in our communities, and that is ongoing until next year. All those campaigns are ongoing until next year. Then we have another one of vaccination, but these ones we are targeting mostly our members to realize and appreciate the importance of getting inoculated, vaccinated against the pandemic that is robbing us of our most useful citizens in our communities.
Yes.
And the last one is the campaign on the use of the suggestion box in our communities to get advices from the public, to get information from the public pertaining to crime situations in our policing areas. So today I'm going to talk about the most important one, which is the amnesty and also GBV somewhere, somehow.
Yes.
But these are also very important campaigns that we are going to launch. I have tasked some of my staff members to spearhead these campaigns, and they will be seen on the ground among the communities, trying to create awareness in our communities. Firearm amnesty. It's a grace period that is given to members of the public to surrender any piece of firearms, armaments, and ammunitions to the police, that were illegally possessed or that are illegally possessed by members of the public to the police. And during this period, you are free of any prosecution.
Okay.
So what we want to urge the public is to make use of this golden opportunity to surrender the illegal possessed firearms and ammunitions at your possessions to the police, and you will never face the consequences of prosecutions. What we are saying is it's illegal to possess a firearm without a license. And we all know that in Namibia, an individual is only allowed to possess up to 4 firearm licensed. But there are other people that are having firearms more than 4, or some are having those that are not licensed. Some have stolen them, some have picked them up, but they are not authorized to possess those firearms by means of a license, because when you are to have a firearm, you should have a license.
Exactly.
So these firearms pose danger in our communities. Some may fall into the hands of wrong people. If you have a lot of firearms, people may break in your house, to come and rob you of those firearms, and then they can also break in your house, use the same firearms and attack you. So we are saying that the safety of the person who has this significant numbers of firearms is at stake, and the safety of the entire communities is also at stake. So there is therefore a need for people to appreciate the importance of giving this grace period to surrender your firearms to the local police station without being prosecuted or without being arrested for being in possession of those firearms. We are calling upon all communities, Walvis Bay, Swakopmund. When I speak about Walvis Bay, I include the whole town from the last corner to the last corner.
Yes.
West, south, east, and even north
Yes.
of the Walvis Bay. Swakopmund, the same. Henry's Bay, Yusakos, Karibib, Omaruru, Arandes, Uis, and all the communities.
Yes.
To make use of this chance to go to the police station as from the 1st of September today up to the 30th of September to surrender those illegal firearms to the police.
Okay. And then in terms of combating GBV, Inspector, what exactly will the campaign entail?
Yes, we are mostly focusing on public education.
Okay.
One of the things that I have seen is that not everybody appreciate or understand gender-based violence.
Yes.
Or domestic violence. Looking at the society that we have and where we are coming from, some of the acts that are illegal are not appreciated or known by the public as to be illegal. So those are some of the things that are going to create awareness to say, if you behave in a certain way towards another person, it's a criminal act in terms of the combating of gender-based violence act, or in terms of combating of rape act. The most concerning gender-based violence related cases that we have assault, commons, assault, GBH. People are fighting at homes, especially towards the end of the month. Men are beating women, women are beating men. Everybody. But mostly, the cases that are opened are against men. But we encourage everybody to say, if you have suffered or you are suffering any criminal act from whoever is perpetuating that criminal act, to come to the police station and report. And we have been receiving complaints from members of the public that when the men come to the station and report, we laugh at them. And normally I ask, when I hear a statement like this, to say, when last did this happen? And you will see a person telling you, it happened in 2001 when I went to Kusabun police station, this happened. But we are talking about 2021.
Yes.
We have professionally trained police officers at the police stations. And we have directed them to say, every complaint that is brought before you by the members of the public should be treated in the most serious manner they deserve.
Yes.
We don't laugh at people. We give the befitting service that we're supposed to give to the members of the public. We don't laugh at them. So we encourage everybody to come to the station and report first and foremost. And we are saying, if there are problems at home, the problems should be solved in a manner that do not inflict any pain to another person. We do not stop fire by putting fire on another fire that is burning. So what we are saying is, if there is any problem that is happening at home, let us find the way to solve these problems. If you cannot solve it yourself at home, there are elders in the families, there are pastors of your churches, there are social workers in our communities, there is your Namibian police force, police station commanders are there, there is gender-based investigation subdivision within the region that is provided for you. So make use of those facilities that are there to make sure that the problems are rather solved than the problems giving birth to other problems.
Oh, that's true, sir.
Yes.
And then, sir, the suggestion boxes, they are available at all the police stations.
Yes, we have suggestion boxes in communities. They are not at the police stations.
Aha.
The reason why they are installed at, at most popular places in the communities because we do not want to create a sense of fear in the public when they are reporting. So they must feel free. When we put it at the police station, it serves as a deterrence. But we will talk about the suggestion boxes later.
Okay.
We just have to encourage them to use them to report information with confidence. They are not serving as police stations. Police stations are there to provide the emergency services. But if there are information that you want to talk about and you fear victimization, you may drop it in the suggestion box. We'll pick it up and we shall attend. There are people talking about houses with drugs especially in our areas here. We are having suspects that we are looking for. Those are information that will drop in. You put the house number, you put the information that you want to give us. We will run and arrest that person because we are tired of drugs, all of us.
There we go. Now, thank you, Inspector.
Pleasure indeed.
In terms of GBV, Sergeant, let's say we find ourselves, a lady or a man finds himself in a gender-based violence situation. What would you like to advise them to do is the first thing to do, or what should they do?
The first thing that you should do is have the police numbers, police stations, or mostly police stations.
Yes.
And I will advise most of our communities to also know their community license officers. It's very important because those members are responsible to keep the good relationship between the community and the police. So it's advisable for them also to have their numbers, and even when you want to go and talk to them privately, you are allowed to, and share, because sometimes people are not comfortable to talk about their private thing just like that in the police station.
Yes, that's very true. And then people also fear victimization.
Yes.
Yes. What would you like to tell them on that, Sergeant?
I would like to say that when you come to the police station, be confident, because police officers are there to assist you, and they are there for you, and they will never go out there and talk out whatever you came and tell them.
Mm-hmm.
So don't feel afraid to come to the police station and open up whatever is happening to you at home, gender-based violence or domestic violence. Just feel free to come to the police station and talk to the officers.
Awesome. Thank you, Sergeant. And now it's time for your weather and tides for all the major towns here in the Erongo region.
In your weather for today, Walvis Bay expects a maximum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to prevail in a south-southwesterly direction at 22 kilometers per hour. Sunrise was this morning at 8 minutes past 7 and sunset is expected at 7 minutes to 7 tonight. Swakopmund expects a maximum temperature of 18 degrees Celsius for today with a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to prevail in a south-southwesterly direction at 20 kilometers per hour. Sunrise was this morning at 8 minutes past 7 and sunset is expected at 7 minutes to 7 tonight. Henties Bay expects a maximum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius for today with a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to prevail in a southerly direction at 20 kilometers per hour. Sunrise was this morning at 9 minutes past 7 and sunset is expected at 6 minutes to 7 tonight. Arandis expects a maximum temperature of 24 degrees Celsius for today with a minimum of 10 degrees Celsius for tomorrow and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. Wind is expected to prevail in a south-southwesterly direction at 13 kilometers per hour. Sunrise was this morning at 6 minutes past 7 and the sun is expected to set at 8 minutes to 7 tonight. Osakos expects a maximum temperature of 30 degrees Celsius for today with a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to prevail in a southwesterly direction at 9 kilometers per hour. Sunrise was this morning at 3 minutes past 7 and sunset is expected at 11 minutes to 7 tonight. Kariba expects a maximum temperature of 29 degrees Celsius for today with a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to prevail in a southwesterly direction at about 9 kilometers per hour. Sunrise was this morning at 2 minutes past 7 and sunset is expected at 12 minutes to 7 tonight. Lastly, Omaruru expects a maximum temperature of 32 degrees Celsius for today with a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to prevail in a southerly direction at 9 kilometers per hour. Sunrise was this morning at 1 minute past 7 and the sun is expected to set at 12 minutes to 7 tonight.
Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Erongo Talk, but you can head on over to our website. That's www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram, or you can get in contact with us at 0111 7040. That's 0111 7040 on both WhatsApp and Telegram. Let us know what's happening in your town. Share some news tips. Send us some videos. Just chat to us. So, until next time, enjoy your day. Please be safe and responsible. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.